And what's, for the life of me, I can't understand, Madam Secretary, and it was just weeks ago here on this couch, I asked you how concerned you were that one of your agents could be killed. In that time, since I asked you that, we have had bullets fired into the Dallas facility there, claiming the lives of 2 illegal aliens that were in custody, with your agents running into the fire to try and protect those detainees. And just 2 days after that incident on the streets of Chicago, there in Broadview, where all of this is happening, you have people chanting, "Shoot ICE, kill ICE." But for the life of me, I cannot understand why Democrat politicians and local leaders like Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson is literally calling you essentially a liar when you make the case that your ICE agents are being attacked. Here's a little bit of what he had to say. I want to get your response.
She has no idea what she's talking about. You know, the Trump administration, they are completely delusional right now. And what they are promulgating in this particular moment are not just unconstitutional measures, but they're dangerous and reckless, and it's antithetical to who we are as a nation.
Madam Secretary, your reaction to that?
Well, let's remember that mayor has a less than 6% approval rating in Chicago. So the people who live there, less than 6%, think he might be doing somewhat of a good job. Overwhelmingly, that man is a failure. He's a failure for his people and hasn't stood up for the victims of the crimes that have happened in his city. So we're going to keep doing our work. Every day when we're there doing our operations, when I'm there with them, people on the streets are clapping as we do our work. They're clapping as these officers are arresting these bad criminals. And out of the 12 that we arrested during the short period of time I was there, 6 of them had criminal records in their backgrounds that the state had arrested them and just turned them loose on the street again for assault, for weapons possession, for robbery. Those individuals now are off the streets thanks to President Trump, not thanks to that mayor who's delusional at best.
So do you tie a direct line between the rhetoric from people like Mayor Johnson and other Democrats to the actual increase in assaults and the threat of violence?
Oh, absolutely. He's giving them air cover. He's giving them air cover so they can go out and keep committing crimes. It's wrong. There should be consequences for that and for leaders that stand up and knowingly lie about the situation on the ground. This is a war zone. His city is a war zone, and he's lying so that criminals can go in there and destroy people's lives. You know, those individuals that live there are waking up to it. They understand that where we have gone, we've made it much more free. People are much safer. We've got 1,000 criminals that are off the streets of Chicago just because we've been there, not because of his help. And in fact, they don't even let our ICE officers and our Border Patrol officers use restrooms in facilities. Those men and women were telling us that they have to figure out even where they can go sit down for 5 minutes to have lunch or to use a restroom throughout their shift and their break. So they've made it a very difficult situation. But what I was so encouraged by was these officers love their jobs. They love their jobs. They're so excited that they get to go out there and serve our country. And they see normal, everyday people going to work who thank them. And I don't know if you saw those videos of those folks down there chanting USA
Indeed.
and holding signs encouraging ICE. If more Americans would do that, if you would go down there and show them when you have some spare time, it really is encouraging to our officers.
How are they holding up, Secretary? I mean, it's got to be hard to be called.
They're doing good.
Yeah.
I asked them that, too, because that's what I worry about. You get people yelling and screaming stuff in your face all day long. You know, you kind of lose perspective on where you are or what you're doing. But they're so encouraged. Many of these individuals that are on these swift response teams, they left home before we started the L.A. operation. They got called up to go to L.A. Just 24 hours before they had to pack and get there to help bring some law and order to Los Angeles. So they went from L.A. then to Chicago. So they've been gone for months, living in different hotels or situations there to bring safety and security. And they don't know necessarily when they'll go home to their families. But they said, we are all in for this because we know our families don't have a chance unless President Trump cleans up our streets and cleans up you know, the safety and the security of our schools and our communities. So they understand and they're true believers in this country and what it can be. And they don't want to see it get as dangerous in so many cities like it did in 2020 across the country when it was out of control. And we had the kind of violence that came from some of these same organizations.
Well, Secretary Noem, thank you so much for joining us this morning and breaking all that down. And you and your agents are in our thoughts and prayers. Thank you so much.
Secretary.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That means the world. Thank you very much.